So it is 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and I just read an article about some major changes to who will and will not receive the $1,200 stimulus check. And a couple of days ago, I did a video talking about some of the important caveats associated with this $1,200 stimulus check that many Americans are going to get. For example, those who had not filed their tax returns yet were at an advantage because they could go off of the 2018 return or the 2019 return. So I've been keeping up with the stimulus check news, reading pretty much every article about it, and today there was a big piece of news here about a massive group of people who are ineligible for a stimulus check, and it just so happens to be a very large part of my target demographic, so I felt obligated to put this emergency video together for you. So we got some clarity on a couple of different topics surrounding the stimulus check in the recent days. First of all, we know when those who have direct deposit set up should be expecting a payment, and that is by April 17th. Now, it's important to understand that is only for those of us who have direct deposit set up for our tax refund, and there is no set date on when checks will be mailed out for those who do not have direct deposit. Now, the IRS has stated in the coming weeks they're going to set up some sort of online portal where you can go in and provide banking information for expedited payment, but that tool is not yet available as of making this video. And obviously, if you don't have direct deposit on file, you should expect your payment beyond April 17th based on when that portal goes online. And I would assume that paper checks are going to be the slowest method to receive your stimulus check. Now, we also found out that those who earn Social Security, disability income, or some veterans may have a massive hoop to jump through in order to receive their stimulus check. And that is the fact that they may have to file a simplified tax return this year if they haven't filed tax returns previously. And the thing is, a lot of these people in these categories earn such little money that they don't have to file a tax return. But if they haven't filed a return, they will have to file a simplified version of a tax return before they receive their stimulus check. And that simplified return is not yet available. It is supposed to be coming out in the coming weeks. And this is getting a lot of criticism from politicians and the media because, number one, people who are elderly are less tech savvy, and now they have to worry about filing this simplified tax return if they haven't done it previously based on Social Security income. And this is also a percentage of the population earning a very small amount of money who would be most in need of a $1,200 stimulus check. And the argument here is that the IRS already knows how to pay these people through their Social Security, disability, or veteran-type benefits, so why would they need to file a simplified tax return? A lot of people are calling this an unnecessary hoop to jump through that is basically against the elderly and the low-income earners. And lastly, we found out that a huge number of Americans who may have been expecting a refund check, well, unfortunately, you may not be getting one if you are a high school student or a college student who is currently employed. And this also will affect your parents who may have been expecting a $500 credit because they claim you as a dependent. Unfortunately, even if you have W-2 income as a part-time worker, even if you lost your job as a result of the virus and the shutdowns, you are ineligible to receive a credit if someone is claiming you as a dependent. And the way this works is students who are 24 or under, who are still living at home depending on their parents for food and housing, and in school full-time, well, they can still be claimed as a dependent on their parents' tax returns. And if you are claimed by somebody else, you are not getting a stimulus check. But that's all fine and dandy because your parents should still get a $500 credit because you are a dependent, right? The answer is no, because any dependent or child 17 or above is ineligible for the $500 credit per child in the household. So in order to get $500 per child, they have to be age 16 and under. So in a nutshell, high school students and college students who are working are pretty much screwed here. They're not getting their $1,200 checks, and their parents are not getting the credit either. And this is arguably one of the biggest demographics that have been affected by the shutting down of businesses, as this is primarily the service workers, those who are working as waitresses and waiters. And so it's a huge group of people who have lost their jobs in the service industry who are ineligible for any kind of relief credits. And lastly, we found out that immigrant families may be ineligible for checks for themselves or for their children because everybody in the household who is receiving a credit must have a valid social security number, including children. So that is another group that is left out of receiving these stimulus checks. So there you have it, guys. That is the update. Essentially, high school students and college students are getting nothing, $0. And their parents are getting nothing either because anybody 17 to 24 claimed as a dependent is not considered a child in receiving this $500 credit per child in the household. We found out the IRS has added a huge hoop to jump through that hurts senior citizens and low-income earners who now have to file a simplified tax return in order to get their stimulus credit. Those who have direct deposit should expect to receive their payments by April 17th or sooner. If you're getting mailed a check, the date has not been set, and we should expect to see an online portal in the near future where you can provide online banking information to expedite that payment. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick update. I'm going to do my best in the coming weeks here to do update videos like this on anything related to the stimulus check, as it's affecting so many people who view my channel. And if you want to see more update videos like this, all that I ask is that you drop a like on this video for the YouTube algorithm. It helps this video to be shared with more people. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.